Hello, everyone. My name is Mr. Zena. This is episode 3 of my new podcast, Zena Life as a Dominatrix. Today is 2/2/22. This will be aired 2/9/22 next Tuesday. People wonder, how did I begin? What inspired me to become a dominatrix? And it all started out pretty young, at age 16. I was a teenager, very curious, very alternative, kind of outsider, quiet teenager. And one day in my psychology class, the teacher discussed BDSM. That sparked a very curiosity, and I wanted to learn more and more and more about it. It was just like, wow, this is dark. This is, I like this. At the time I thought that. I thought, oh, this is taboo. This is underground. I really like that. So I did my own research on BDSM and fetish. And back then I would go to, well, at the time it was Tower Records. Unfortunately, it's defunct. And I would scope out fetish magazines. And boy, was I drawn. I was so drawn by it. And also the fashion, especially the fashion, women in cat suits, leather, latex, so sexy to me. Back then, people either wanted to be a doctor or a teacher, nurse, firefighter, police officer. After high school, I wanted to explore the BDSM lifestyle. I'm like, ooh, I'm free. I get to do what I want. I'm an adult now. That's just, I was like, oh, after high school, let's, time to get wild. So I started attending goth clubs back then. 18 and over, they welcomed people that were 18 and over. And I met a couple that was into the BDSM lifestyle, a master and a mistress. And I really wanted to learn from them. Like, hey, what's this all about? I want to be trained. I want to learn. Also, I had educated myself reading books, watching movies, books on eroticism, BDSM. And I was just so drawn by it. Just so drawn, I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to do this. I want this a part of my life. When I did attend college, I didn't know what to major in. I was just such a rebel. I didn't want to go to school, but my parents kind of encouraged it. And then after a year of going to that school, I just kind of dropped out. And in 2014, I went back to school and got my Bachelor's of Science degree. But at the time, I wanted to explore. I wanted to learn. I wanted to get kinky. It was just so, just made me very excited just reading this type of material. So I had a boyfriend back then, and he was kind of into it, but kind of not into it. And then it didn't, work out. So I just kept on meeting with this master and mistress. And at the age of 19, they would take me to this 21 and over club in Chicago. It was a dungeon, and I was like, wow, 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 this is amazing. You'd see stuff like this in pictures, but to see it in reality, wow. I was so drawn by this dungeon atmosphere. St. Andrew crosses, spanking benches, the sounds of whips in the air cracking to the slave, men crawling on their hands and knees to their mistresses, or masters flogging their slaves. And I wanted to be a part of this instantly. At the time, I also had a job in retail. I didn't really care for it much, so I quit, and then I met this woman who said, "Yeah, I'm a dominatrix, and I work at this dungeon in the city, and I, get paid this and that." I said, "You make money off of this? Wow, that's really interesting." So she kind of encouraged me, "Hey, come on, apply, give it a shot." So, August of 2021, I was, yeah, I was 19. And I try to make sure that I looked older than 19, just makeup galore. And so that was my first dungeon gig, was at this dungeon, and I would see a wide variety of people, whether they're into cross-dressing or foot fetish or just getting spanked or just getting tied up or just getting humiliated or all of the above. Boy, at first I was pretty nervous. Like, what am I getting myself into? But at the same time, I was so excited to learn more and more and to be trained and to just hands-on. I love hands-on, and it's great. Sure, it's one thing reading about fetish and fantasy, but to experience it face to face, hands on, it's a whole other story. So, yeah, age of 19, I also had another boyfriend at the time, and he also, was totally cool with it. And he also knew this dominatrix lady. And I had met him at a goth club in Chicago, and he was just totally cool with it. So it was just very important to, have a partner that was totally cool and not jealous. And as to, what I did, see other people by, spanking them, dominating them, and no jealousy. That was pretty important, actually. So I I had left that dungeon after 6 months and went to another dungeon. And I realized, okay, I need to work with photographers. I need to get myself out there. I need to market myself. So this was early 2002. I had my boyfriend at the time create a website, mistressxena.com. Boy, the template and the design, it was so archaic. And so I realized, okay, I gotta, get photos of me. I gotta get myself out there. Post them on, gosh, it was not MySpace. Was it MySpace? Oh boy, I don't even remember what social media network. But there was that one year, I think 2004, where I did join MySpace, and that's where I also advertised myself in the local paper, because it's very important to, market yourself and, have updated photos of yourself. And yeah, so yeah, back then I was just very experimental, very outgoing. I still am, of course. It's good to, it's good to play. It's good to have fun. It's good to be kinky. It's good to, have a partner that's understanding as well, not jealous. Also playing safe, sane, and consensual. That's, the motto of this BDSM lifestyle. It's very important. So, in 2004, through MySpace, I was contacted by a promoter in Tampa, Florida. Hey, can you put on this show? Because I also was really into fetish performance art. In high school, I was in a theater group, and back then I had stage fright, so I wanted to combat that stage fright by joining theater. Plus, I'm just a big fan of theater. So so in 2004, I went to Tampa, put on this show, packed house, fetish party. And I never performed outside of Chicago. It was my first on stage performance in another state, another city, Tampa, Florida. So I wanted to also market myself as a performer, and I wanted to perform at various cities. I wanted to travel. I wanted to, as a kid, I did not travel at all. My family, they just couldn't afford it, and they're just not really travelers. So the furthest we would go is the suburbs of Chicago. That's it, not even Wisconsin or Indiana. So I was very anxious to travel. So yeah, so performed in Tampa. Then the next year, in 2005, performed in, oh boy, let me think. Munich, Germany. Where else? San Francisco. And then 2006, again, different cities, performing in New York City, back in Tampa. I also performed again in Tampa in 2005 for another fetish party. At the time, they had a very, very neat scene. And so yeah, fast forward to 2006. I wanted to throw fetish parties. And back then, I just very outgoing, very motivated, very energy, all this energy. And so in 2006, started a party called Bondage Night Chicago. And the first party was like June of 2006. Had to market that, had to create the own flyers, pass out flyers back then. Put up flyers in the alternative for fetish shops to get the word out, or mentioning it in like MySpace groups, or send parties, spam your friends. And so those parties were once a month. It would be too much for me to have parties once a week, just way too much. Too much work. Once a month was a lot of work, actually, too. but it was so much fun to meet people in the scene, to bring people together, to just have a great time. I wanted like performance arts, people playing. People back then brought their cameras. People were just eager to, be in front of the cameras, like S&M, stand and model, or show off their new latex dress, latex catsuit, sexy outfit. It was great. It was really great. And so they were more so on a public side, like at nightclubs, where anybody can get in as long as they were 21 and over. And then I think it was in like 2008, I wanted the parties to be more secluded, more private. It was just getting to be too much, like too many people, too many, I don't know. I just wanted it to be more private. So I moved them to a commercial dungeon where all walks of life came, whether they were vanilla, novices, voyeurs, exhibitionists, masters, slaves, mistresses, whatever label they were, welcome, as long as they were 21 and over. And we would have like one guest, he would only be like a human ashtray, or another guest, a human carpet, or another guest just on his hands and knees all night wearing a collar and leash, hoping that a mistress would lead him around. Or somebody else just worshiping women's feet. Yeah, it was pretty wild. It was pretty fun. And I stopped the parties abruptly one day in 2014. Or was it? No, I'm sorry, 2015. So it was like the 9-year mark throwing these parties. It just became too much work, too much. It was fun, and then it just started to be more stressful. I'm like, okay, I don't need this stress. Stress, like, okay, I'm doing this, promotion, creating these flyers, getting the word out there. And yeah, so I stopped those parties. And also I was doing performances at the same time, like performing in different cities or at my own parties back then. But it was pretty wild. So that was the past. And also hosting sessions at the privacy of the dungeon. And yeah, so it was just very important for me to work with more and more photographers to create more and more content. Plus, I loved being in front of the camera, modeling. I've modeled since I started, 2001. 2001, the first photographer I worked with was just not a good experience. I did not feel comfortable because I don't know, just I didn't feel comfortable. And it's so important to feel comfortable with your photographer. Like, it was more like a perverted photographer. Like, I remember that I saw like a heart on through his pants. I'm like, oh boy. So I was like, okay, I'm kind of done with this and I want to get dressed now. So I got dressed and he gave me the photos and I'm like, oh, I look terrible. I can't, I can't, put these, I can't use these. I look terrible. I didn't, it was just, it's so important to, work with comfortable photographers that, I don't know. Back then, I mean, I was very eager to work with photographers, but that one photographer was just not good. And then the second photographer I worked with, I believe it was the second photographer, went to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Totally cool, totally great, totally nice, felt comfortable. And I'm like, okay, I could do this. And then worked with another photographer in Chicago. Same thing, same vibe, totally cool, nice, outgoing. And these two people I'm, still Facebook friends with, and but their photos were just great. I looked great in them, and also it's very important to, be confident in your own skin. Back then I was very self-conscious, and it took me quite some time to open up and not be so self-conscious, be accepting of, because and plus being in front of the camera was a little intimidating back then. So yeah, and then now it's 2022. Still doing what I'm doing, not performing, not throwing parties, but having sessions out of the privacy of my own space, which is just what I'm comfortable with. I do miss the party scene. I do miss performance arts, but then part of me is like, okay, that was my past life. And then sometimes I think, okay, I've been doing this for 20 years now. Can I keep going? Well, I'm so drawn to it. I'm so attracted and drawn, and it's for me, it's a healthy lifestyle, and when the play is safe, sane, and consensual, when you're playing with people that you trust and you're comfortable with, and like-minded individuals, very important. Yeah, and for those that are interested in this lifestyle, I would totally recommend having a mentor or going to fetish parties to get a feel of, what's going on. Or if you're very private, experiment with your partner, talk to your partner, educate yourself by reading books on BDSM, fetish. There are very good authors out there where you could learn a lot by, reading a good book or two or three. A lot of books are on Amazon.com or your local bookstore if they carry this type of BDSM or fetish books. Some do, some don't. Some bookstores carry this BDSM fetish books, and some don't. And also like movies too, but it's just movies. I just recommend reading and having a mentor that you could trust, going to parties, going to group munches. A munch is like going to a restaurant with like-minded kinky fetish individuals that are into this lifestyle. And if you're, private, you could, watch all kinds of videos online as well. Femdom videos and fetish videos, whatever rocks your boat. But yeah, it's 2022. It's 2022. Wow, just saying that. It's pretty wild. 2022, what are you waiting for? Get kinky already. Or come out of the closet. Or some people keep it a secret from their partners. Sometimes, well, most of the times, secrets are just not good. But if that's your choice to keep it a secret that you have, a fetish for feet, or being a human pony, or being chained to St. Andrew Cross, ball gag, wearing a ball gag, blindfold, bondage, sensory deprivation. But yeah, it's relatively a very healthy lifestyle, as long as it's all safe, sane, and consensual. It's the motto. It's the ritual. Have fun with who you play with. It's all about fun, experimenting, pushing boundaries, trust. And yeah. So yeah, that's my journey. So since after throwing parties and performance and modeling, I forgot to mention, I opened a video store in 2007. Again, I was very into being in front of the camera, acting. Basically, I wanted, before I opened this store, I would work with fetish producers to create content for their store. Whether it was like a tickle fetish store or a foot fetish store. And so I had the inspiration, hey, I want to create my own store. So I bought a cheap camera, and I had a slave at the time where he was totally cool with being in front of the camera. And so we filmed content, filmed constantly for my store. And the quality was back then just awful. Looking at it, it's like, wow, it looks so old school. But it was learning. It was all about learning, and all about learning how to work the camera, working the tripod out of all things, editing the films, acting in the films. And yeah, so to this day, here and there, I film for my store. And the footage, I definitely upgraded my camera, and the footage is much better quality. But I am still, into being in front of the camera and acting, and doing all kinds of kinky fetish scenes for my store with all kinds of various people, different slaves, different mistresses, all walks of life. I've worked with so many people, and it's just such an honor to have that opportunity to work with all these people. And yeah, I still do that from time to time, film for the store. And so by where I'm coming at is, if you you're a newbie and you want to learn about fetish, or that just turns you on femdom videos. There's all types of femdom stores on the internet where you could, watch the mistress do whatever they please to the slave, or watch the master do whatever they please to the slave. As long as, it's all safe, sane, and consensual. Very, very important. So, yeah, after, doing the performance arts, performing all over the country, that was fun. I performed Milwaukee, Montreal, Chicago, of course, New York City, San Francisco, LA, etc. Tampa, Florida was the first. And I kind of got burnt out by it. Just all the travel, having to ship all of my stuff to a different location, um, performing for different crowds. But yeah, honestly, I felt burnt out by it. I felt like really tired by it. And also throwing parties, I felt more stressed than more excited. And also like the parties were like from like 10 o'clock p.m. to 3 a.m. Sometimes they were 11 to 4. And now I'm like, mm-mm, that is just too late. But people would stay. People would stay till 3 or 4. And yeah. So 2020, I published my first book. And 2022, I started this podcast. I wanted to create a podcast for like a few years now. Back then, I just didn't really have the time to do so, but like, no, I want to do this. What the hell? It's like, it's good to achieve goals. If you got a goal, achieve it. Do it. Just do it. Or, if you want to like model with a particular photographer, just go out there and get a nice outfit, whatever you're comfortable with. Contact that photographer, just do it. Some photographers charge, some are trade for pictures, TFP. Photographers, they like to also like use the content for their site, for their portfolio, and then you use, your photos for your portfolio. Or if you're interested in like burlesque or performance arts and you want to get up on that stage, just do it. Fuck it. I know it's easier said than done. Stage fright, man, stage fright, oof. Sometimes stage fright was a motherfucker. So to combat that, boy, I would like chew gum, or not really, like maybe once or twice I had like a shot of whiskey or something just to ease my nerves. I'm just not really a big drinker. Also, I didn't want to like drink and feel drunk on stage. That would be bad. But a lot of these performances I have fond memories of. And then some of the performances just kind of a blur. Same goes to like the fetish parties. Most of them were a blur because it was just all these people just coming up to me, introducing themselves. People. And I just, some names I remember and some I don't. Some faces I remember and some I don't. It's just all walks of life, all types of people. Some memories and some I don't remember. sometimes, like 6 months ago, I had a Chicago friend that came to New York, and we had dinner, and she's like, "Do you remember that time where you did this and that to me?" And I was like, "No, I don't remember." And then she talked more and more about it, and then it just sparked my memory. Like, oh, I do remember. I do remember what I did. I'm not going to say what I did. I'm a little, I could be a little private, but um, yeah. Or I'll have a random email. Yeah, I met you at this party. Like, oh, I don't remember. And sometimes I do remember, but that was the past. It's sure it's great to talk about the past. Memories, and also like looking at Facebook memories, like, oh, I remember that. And what's very important is to focus on present day. And then when you think about the future, it could give anxiety. You don't need that. So yeah, focus on the present day. If you're curious about the fetish lifestyle, kink, educate yourself, read books on it, and want to see a dominatrix, go for it. Do your research on, who you want to see. If she has a website. Also, having a website, it's very important. It is, because you get to read about somebody's bio, see their photos, see what they offer, what they don't offer. But yeah, having a website is, if you need a website, find a web developer, create one, but you need content. So find a photographer. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to market yourself, to get yourself out there. That's the message for the future dominatrixes out there. And if you want to be a dominatrix, what are you waiting for? Just do it. You want to dominate your partner in bed, in the bedroom, talk to your partner first, set boundaries, set limits, and then discuss, hey, let's do A, B, and C. Okay, cool. Do it. Yeah, 2022. There's a lot to learn, a lot to do, a lot to see, a lot to experience. And yeah, if you have any questions about this wonderful world of BDSM, feel free and ask. Wonderful world of fetish, kink, eroticism. Feel free and ask, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. Have a great day.